Hey, what's going on, everyone? It's Crypto back at it with another Season 3 Smite build, and today we're doing the god Agni. If you don't know, Agni is in the mid lane. You can use him, however, in the solo lane. He's not as good, obviously, because your team will then lack front line. But yeah, anyways, so we'll be doing an Agni mid build today. So, we're going to change things up a little bit, and first, jump right into the build. So, the first things you're going to want to get into are going to be your starter items. Starter items are always a must if you don't know. So, the starter item we're going to go with is called Soulstone. So, pretty much whenever you hit a basic attack up to 5 stacks, you gain plus 4 MP5, which is mana, per 5 seconds. So, you're going to get an extra 20 mana per 5 seconds whenever you get just 5 normal basic attacks on an enemy. And as well as you gain 20 magical power and mana. So what happens is once you have 5 stacks and use your next ability, there'll be like an extra additional like 20 or 30 damage done to the enemy, or like the whole wave. So yeah, we're gonna be going into that, and then the next one is gonna be kind of up to you guys. If you guys like your MP5, then I would recommend going into the tier 1 Chronos Pendant. This gives you 15 magic power, which is actually pretty nice. It's better than boots, and also gives you plus 5 MP5. Now, however, if you want that extra 5 damage and some life steal here, we can head on over and go into Tiny Trinket. Tiny Trinket gives us 20 magical power compared to 15, so it's a little bit extra damage as well as early game scaling, and as well as 4% magic life steal, which is like nothing. But Tiny Trinket, if you want the damage, is the way to go. And in this build, we are actually going to be going with Chronos Pendant. But yeah, so this is what I like, just because MP5 and Agni. Anyways, so that's a Tiny Trinket. This is what I do. Some other people do this as well. You don't have to finish this item. You can just go right into your boots here. So Shoes of the Magi are the more preferred, just because it gives you that extra pen, which will allow you to do more damage, and as well as it has more magical power, so that actually just allows you to do more damage in general. So after Shoes of the Magi here, we are going to be going into, if I can double click this, whatever. We're going to be going into Book of Thoth. Book of Thoth is great because it gives you stacking up to 75, so this gives you extra power based off of your mana. And right off the bat, as soon as you buy it, you're going to have 125 mana, 15 MP5, so we're going to have around 20 plus that. So we're going to have around 40 MP5 at max stack with your Soulstone. And also 100 magical power right off the get-go. Now, I believe with all the stacks, I think you get around 20 or 30 extra power once you're all done getting the 75 stacks. So really, you have like 140 magical power, which is it's pretty nice. So after Book of Thoth here, you can decide to go into Chronos Pendant, or instead of Chronos Pendant, you can go into Obsidian Shard if you want more burst. Now, however, they did recently buff Spear of the Magus, and since Agni has one of the better dots in the game, that means damage over time, you can also go into Spear of the Magus. If you like doing more burst, then I would highly recommend going to Obsidian Shard. But if you think that you use your tick a lot to, engage, then I would definitely go into Spear of the Magus. Me personally, I like the more burst with Agni, so I'm going to go to OBS Shard for this. So then after OBS Shard, you're going to want to go into Chronos Pendant here. Chronos Pendant just gives you 20% CDR, which is great, 25 MP5, so we're going to be like at 65 MP5 around, at max here. And at this time, laning phase will pretty much be over. Also gives you some nice 75 extra magical power. So right now, as you can tell, we're at 351 magic power, which isn't too bad. But now is definitely the time to get more power. So after we get our Chronos Pendant, we're going to be going right into Raz's Reed. As you can see, we now do almost 600 magic power. And once we sell this, and then for the last item here, there are a couple things you guys can do. I kind of like going into Soul Reaver just because it gives you 300 mana, which then helps Book of Thoth, so then they kind of benefit each other, and you gain actually a lot of magical power. As you can see now, we're at 703 magic power, and then the other item you can go into is called Spear of Desolation. This one actually gives you more magic power, but if you go into Soul Reaver, you're actually going to have a little bit more like burst because of the passive, which they take 10% of their or extra damage based on their health. So you're going to be hitting gods for like 200 or 300 with Soul Reaver. But if you really like that extra pen, then you can definitely go into Spirit of Desolation, because this item is killer. It definitely has saved me in a couple scenarios where, you know, I've been getting chased down and then I get a kill on somebody and I'm able to dash away again. Just it's very useful. And then finally for the builds, we're gonna be going late game here. Some people do this, not a lot. If you like your damage, then keep your shoes. But what we can do now is go into shoes other focus. The reason why we can do this is because here, this gives us 250 mana, which is going to actually help here with Book of Thoth. And it also increases our magic power actually by 3, I think. I mean, it's just 3, but I mean, that could, you know, that 3 damage can kill somebody. 40 magical power, 10% CDR, so we'll have 30. And also, you know, the 80% movement speed, which is normal. But yeah, so now we can go into some tips and tricks here. Alright, so for some tips and tricks. And the new upcoming patch here, they're going to make it so Agni's 2 is kind of like a wind-up. So as you can see there, it takes about half a second to actually launch your 2. And in the game, on the patch, when it comes out on Tuesday, it's going to take 1 second. So that way you can actually hit your 1 and then 2 combo. If you don't know what your 1 is, you can see here it's kind of just like an oily kind of thing that just is on the ground. And then if you use any of your abilities, meaning your 2, 3, and 4, it actually pops that, and any god that are in that circle are stunned. So some things you can do is toss this down and then instantly press your 2. You can probably at least stun 1 or 2 people with that. And also they'll be stuck in the middle and stunned, so that's a decent way to set up. Another thing you can do is, this one's a little bit more tricky, is pop your ult and then instantly pop your 1. And then whoever's in that area will be stunned as well. And then after that, the last thing you can do, this is kind of a getaway tactic. Immediately dash turn around and use your 1. And then if they're behind you, they will be stunned and also take damage from your 3. And then finally for leveling, alright, so the first thing you're going to want to do is upgrade your 3 actually. Your 3 is nice because it's a straight line, as you guys saw earlier, and any enemies that are standing in this will be take damage over time, and the longer they stand in it, it keeps replacing it until the 3 eventually wears out. So this is the best way to clear, and also in Conquest you can actually reach the damage camp to the back harpies, so you can actually help your hunter clear, and this is very good because then obviously you can get the lane faster and have more pressure. So then yeah, you're gonna go your 3, your 2. I don't even get my 1 until I'm level 4, and then I get my 2 actually for wave clear after my 3. Prioritize my 2, then get my 1 at level 4, and then get my ult. And also before we go, as you guys can see here, Agni's ult actually does not cost any mana whatsoever. And he has 3 of them. But each time you cast 1, it's on a 15-second cooldown for just 1. Twinkle, boom, boom. And you can just keep popping your ults until you're out. And that's part of his passive as well. So each time you hit an enemy, here, let's go over, actually over here, over to the Odin bots here. Whenever you hit up to 5 basic attacks, as you can see right here, your next ability will then do another dots over time. I can see there we're doing the extra 76. But that's been it, guys. If you guys liked the video, make sure you guys drop a like, comment, and hit that subscribe button to stay updated. It really helps and allows me to know that you guys want me to make these videos. Well, that's been it, guys. Have a good day. Peace.